in a few minutes, but I want to take the time to welcome everyone. This is an educational session with the Office for Persons with Disabilities, or OPD, and the Milwaukee LGBT Community Center. Today we're going to discuss how we together can support LGBTQ plus individuals with disabilities, their families, and legal guardians by connecting them with social and recreational opportunities. So I'm really excited that you're all here with us today, and we will get started. So like I said, I'm Christy Carter. I'm the Aging and Disability Coordinator at the Milwaukee LGBT Community Center, and I'm joined by my colleague, Mike. Mike, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. My name is Mike. Yeah, my name is Mike Bonk. I'm the Director for the Office of Persons with Disabilities. Our office is currently within the Milwaukee County Aging and Disability Services area within Milwaukee County, which is also under the Department of Health and Human Services. Formerly, we were an administrative function of Milwaukee County, and as part of the No Wrong Door within Milwaukee County, that concept is that, you know, you can go and just get one answer in one place. So we've been recently integrated over to the Aging and Disability Services area within Milwaukee County.
So on today's session, these are the objectives. So the first thing Mike will be talking about is what is the Office of Persons with Disabilities, or OPD. The second thing that he will address is what types of issues or programs does the Office of Persons with Disabilities assist with or offer? And then what is the registration process for activities and programs offered by OPD? And then together we will discuss how the Office of Persons with Disabilities and the center can best work as partners to support and provide resources for LGBTQ people with disabilities. So take it away, Mike.
Thank you. So yeah, as I said, my name is Mike Bonk. I'm the Director for the Office of Persons with Disabilities. I was initially hired on Milwaukee County as the Disabilities Recreation Manager for Milwaukee County. And since then, our director has retired, and I've, taken within that position. So I have, familiarity in the recreational field, as well as now expanding my opportunities to learn more about, what all the things that the director does with Milwaukee County in regards to ADA compliance and other things like that. And we'll be talking about that further, within the presentation here. So like I said, the Office of Persons with Disabilities is really what it was designed for, is to make sure that information is accessible for Milwaukee County constituents and residents within Milwaukee County. So what we try to do is we try to make everything accessible in regards to programs, as well as like literature that would be out there and things like that. So if there's any type of accommodation requests, those would come through our office. Like if you were to need a document converted over to Braille, or if you need like a sign language interpreter to provide sign language interpretation at a public event or at a public meeting. And then in addition, we also provide auditory listening devices. We also support employment for people with disabilities within Milwaukee County. It's not located within our office any longer, but it is still within the human resources of Milwaukee County. As what we have is called the Deca Program, which really looks at hiring individuals with disabilities within Milwaukee County, and making sure that we're including everyone within employment within Milwaukee County. We support accessible recreational opportunities for people with disabilities through our rec programs, and we'll go into more depth in that. Like I said, we're looking at removing barriers within Milwaukee County within our facilities. We're always looking at trying to make them as ADA compliant as possible, and getting any type of things that we need to improve at the facilities, whether it be counter heights and things like that, that we make sure that we're compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act, and always have a transition plan in place to ensure that we're working towards improving all of our facilities to make them as accessible as possible. Our office also rents out accessible recreational facilities within Milwaukee County through our Willoway buildings. So we have two facilities, Willoway Grant in South Milwaukee and Willoway Underwood in Wauwatosa, where we provide recreational opportunities for individuals with disabilities through our contractor Easter Seals, where we provide adult recreational programs as well as summer camp opportunities. We'll go in more depth into that. And then we also, are always looking to, receive guidance from constituents in the public and really looking at implementing change. And there's been some really innovative things that we've done at the county that I want to share with you all as well, based on guidance that we received from the community and really just being able to put, really unique opportunities and things out there. So we're looking to share that with you today as well. Kind of going over like the accessibility. I'd mentioned this earlier in the introduction, but really what we end up doing is scheduling sign language interpreters for public meetings for individuals that need that. We provide auditory listening devices, which is basically like a pocket talker. So it looks about the size of a cell phone, has a microphone attached to the end of it. And then you would have a headset that would go on that helps amplify the sound. So there's two buttons on it essentially. One amplifies the sound, and the other one is able to take away any type of static. In addition to those auditory listening devices, we also have the audio neck loops available. Like if you were in a courtroom and things like that, and you have a cochlear implant, we'd be able to connect directly into the audio system there and be able to provide additional amplified sound that way. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier as well, we do provide materials in alternative formats for individuals that are requesting that. We can either do it in Braille or large print. And then one of our biggest things that we're doing to promote, things going on within the disability community, as well as what our office is doing, is through our Handy News and Notes newsletter that really incorporates all kinds of things that could be, we can be doing either, in the community recreationally, adult day programs, and just a wide variety of opportunities, within the disability community. And one of our most exciting issues actually just came out. If you guys want to go look at it, it actually highlights all of our festivals that come up for the summertime. So all the different festivals, from like Pride Festival to Summerfest and Polish Fest, and all the different ethnic festivals that are down at the Summerfest grounds, as well as other ones like Bastille Days and things like that. We try to highlight all of those summer events that are going on, any type of additional discounts that might be offered for individuals with disabilities, and just really highlighting those activities so we can be out there and be active in the community.
And then Mike, I think also our support group, LGBT disability support group, there was a flyer for that and something that's connected that I'll talk about later in the presentation. So we appreciate that as well.
Yep. Yeah, that newsletter is seen by, over like 5,000 people are subscribed to that newsletter, from individuals to disabilities, as well as, looks like we're having somebody trying to get in. Individuals with disabilities, their family members, caseworkers, just people that are working in the disability related fields. So it's a great newsletter to get information out there, as well as to find information that's kind of going on in the community. So we're really proud about how many people are, part of that, and, people that, are able to find all those great opportunities. So, going to briefly talk about our accessible recreation programs, and I do want to leave time at the end. So if you have any more questions, or you want to raise your hand on anything specific, feel free to stop me at any time. I know I kind of talk fast, and there's a lot of information here today. So if you do have any questions, feel free to, raise your hand or put something in the chat, and we'll do the best to address that. So like I said, we do have accessible recreation centers within Milwaukee County that are designated as the Willoway centers, the Willoway Grant and Willoway Underwood facilities. We do provide adult recreational programs at those facilities for ages 16 and up. There are a wide variety of programs, from gardening to bingo classes to dances within the community. And then we're also really trying to push now too is community-based programming, where we're going out in the community, just having dinners together, going bowling into the program, going to the Burner Botanical Gardens, and really seeing all the different wonderful things that Milwaukee County has to offer out that way too. So for our recreational programs, like I said, we do partner with Easter Seals of Southeast Wisconsin, because I am only an office of one. So, we work collaboratively to come up with what type of programs are going to be offered to the community, after we get community input, what they would like to see. And then we put out a spring, summer, and fall booklet guides, where we offer different programs based on spring, summer, and fall. And in addition to that, we also provide summer camp programs for ages 7 to 21. And those will happen at the end of June, and then they go to the first week of August. So those are great opportunities where we have usually about 55 campers on site, rotating in different groups, every hour or so, getting different activities and just kind of, just enjoying the summertime, doing camp songs, all the traditional things that you would see at camp, and bringing, special groups in and things like that as well. So that's a really great opportunity for folks. Our sports ticket program. So as a part of our recreational programs, we have what is called a Willoway Key Card program. What that is, for $25 a year as a Milwaukee County resident, you would get a monthly email blast from myself that highlights free or discounted ticket opportunities within Milwaukee County. So some of the offerings that we're currently doing, like right now, would be through the Milwaukee Brewers. We're getting discounted ticket offers through them. We work with the Marcus Center of Performing Arts, where we get discounted ticket offers there, as well as events at the Fiserv Forum. So whether it be Bucks games, Hog Fest, Disney on Ice, all those different kinds of programs that come to the Marcus Center of Performing Arts, we end up getting discounted ticket offers for that as well. We also work with the Admirals. We're just wrapping up their season as well, where we get free tickets for Admirals games. Trying to think if I'm missing anybody there. We previously worked with the Milkmen and the Wave, but are no longer in the program. And then also want to talk about our sailaway program. So this is a huge opportunity for folks. We collaborate with the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center down at Bradford Beach there. Or I should say just a little bit south of that. So we're able to provide free sails on Fridays. So we have 11 sail dates that we have designated, and what it is from like 9:30 to 11 or 12 to 1:30, you can go sailing for up to 4 individuals with their family members. So like just have to have, one individual with a disability that would want to go sailing, and then the whole family can go out and have a great time as well. So they end up taking sailboats out on Lake Michigan. It's a really unique opportunity where you get to see downtown from a different, perspective, which I think is really cool. And it's a great volunteer run program, and, a great collaboration that we have with the Milwaukee Community Sailing Center. Those sails will start June 3rd through August 19th, and the reservation forms are on our website. And I can share that with Christy as well.
And then, Mike, we have a question in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
It's it's okay. I'm watching it. It says it's from Karen. She's wondering if the sailboats are wheelchair accessible.
So as of right now, they are not. We did have a separate chair that was able to be utilized within the sailboats, and they had a Hoyer lift on site as well at the pier. A little while ago, or no, I wouldn't say a little while ago, but like the Hoyer lift is currently inoperable. So they're looking at replacing that down the road. So currently, if you're an individual that's in a wheelchair, you'd have to have some upper body strength to be able to transfer out of your chair down into the sailboat, and then, be able to kind of have upper body strength. But they did have like a chair that was previously, or like a boat chair that was there. And we're looking to kind of like re-get that equipment back in as soon as possible. So some other adaptive equipment that Milwaukee County has that's really unique is down at Bradford Beach. We have beach wheelchairs. In addition, there was a ramp that was recently put in right off the Oak Leaf Trail, so it leads down to the beach. Once you hit the sand, there's what is called a Moby mat that gets rolled out on a day-to-day basis, which is it's about, I want to say, 6 to 8 feet wide, accessible pathway that gets rolled out right from the asphalt all the way down to the waterfront. Stops about 10 feet short of the water. So you're able to take your family members down there. You can walk with coolers and kids and all that kind of stuff all the way down to the waterfront, which is great. And then on site as well, as we have 3 beach wheelchairs that can be rented for free as well. So individuals can transfer out of their wheelchair into these beach wheelchairs. They can kind of just ride across the top of the sand, as well as go into the water with the chairs. And it really provides a unique opportunity like you wouldn't see anywhere else. So really proud about that. Some other adaptive equipment within Milwaukee County that we have, which is really unique, is we have a paramobile golf cart. So what that is, it's a single golf cart where an individual can transfer out of their wheelchair into this golf cart, and it has a swinging seat. So once they drive the golf cart to their ball, it actually swings the seat to the side and then helps them stand up to be able to have good enough posture to, take a whack at the golf ball and enjoy a round of golf. So it's a really cool, unique piece of equipment that we have within Milwaukee County to be able to utilize that are Milwaukee County Parks golf courses, and those can be moved around to different county courses, which is great. Another unique thing that we're going to be adding this year, which is really exciting, should be happening at the end of the month. This month is we're adding at the Weir Nature Center. We're going to be adding a outdoor track wheelchair, which is going to help. So they do have an accessible pathway there, but where there's inaccessible paths, you're going to be able to utilize this outdoor track wheelchair. Again, transferring out of your chair into the outdoor track wheelchair, but it's able to, go off-road essentially. If there's like mulch or wood chips and those kinds of things, it's able to go over the terrain of that and be able to get you to places where you normally wouldn't be able to get to before. So it's another really cool opportunity that we have within Milwaukee County. And then I also want to point on our website, we have what's called our rec room. So I can put this in the, well, yeah, I'd have to back out and go back in. But the concept of the rec room was to be able to find recreational opportunities within Milwaukee County. So we listed a wide variety of things on that recreational tab, from our rec programs to our summer camp opportunities to our sports ticket program, our sail away. And then we also list almost all the providers within Milwaukee County that provide recreational opportunities to folks with disabilities in the community, and then gave you links to all of their websites so you can kind of look around and peruse and see what type of other programs that you might want to get involved with.
Yeah, Mike, I can look around now. Otherwise, you can send it to me and I'll send it out to folks. Okay,
sounds good. The other thing that's really cool about the rec room is it has a calendar. So it has like a Google calendar where you're able to see kind of events in a month or, like day-to-day, month-to-month basis and kind of see what's going on out in the community. So if you're like, hey, I'm bored today, what can I go do? Go to the rec room, and you'll have some, you'll definitely see, 4 to 5 activities per day on there where you can go out and check out a wide variety of activities within Milwaukee County. Again, as the director, I'm the ADA coordinator for Milwaukee County. So part of my job and part of my role here at Milwaukee County is to really remove barriers within Milwaukee County facilities. So I'll be, reviewing architectural plans to make buildings more accessible. And we review, departmental procedures and recommend alternatives that, help support the inclusion for individuals with disabilities. So I think I might have this on a slide after this, but another just a couple of unique programs that we've brought to Milwaukee County is we have what's called IRA. So IRA is an app for a smartphone for an individual who's visually impaired. If they go onto IRA and they're going to a Milwaukee County facility, say down to the courthouse, and they're very unfamiliar with the space, and you don't have to be an individual with a visual impairment to utilize this, but if you were to open IRA up, you can get on the phone with an IRA agent, and it's totally free to use within Milwaukee County facilities. And what they'll do is they'll actually see, like on the camera of your phone, they'll see what's out directly in front of you and help you be able to navigate unfamiliar spaces. A person who's like totally blind, they would be able to say, hey, yeah, can you just point a little to your left? Okay, I can see an information board if you walk about 5 feet forward. And then they'll say, hey, I'm looking for, the clerk of court's office. And then they'll say, okay, the clerk of court's office is located here. It says it's down the hall to the left. So it's a really unique program. We've seen it really best utilized through our transit system. So IRA is also a part of Milwaukee County Transit. If you utilize bus service and things like that, it'll help you to be able to get to the bus stops, and get onto the bus and then be able to help navigate unfamiliar spaces. It's especially helpful when you have issues with snow, right? Like if somebody doesn't plow the drive, like the sidewalks, they can help you navigate safely around that. Or if there's like construction, which is all of spring and summer. So it's a really cool app that we utilize here within Milwaukee County as well. And yeah, just to go with the slides here. Yeah, we really promote like the ADA for Milwaukee County. Our goal is really to stay ADA compliant programmatically as well as physically accessible in our buildings. And we try to, each year do ADA celebrations. So we're looking at doing an ADA celebration this year on July 26th. The location's to be determined. Last year we did it at Washington Park. We're most likely going to be doing that again. We're going to be inviting vendors out as well as the community, just as like a resource fair, basically, to come on out. We're going to try to have food and t-shirts and all the kind of giveaway kind of stuff for individuals with disabilities, just kind of utilize that day as a great day to get out there and find additional resources within the community. Yeah, and like I said, we do community collaborations, some other cool events that we do as part of the ADA celebration. Or I should say for October for Disability Awareness Month is we've partnered with the Gensland School in the past as well to do a White Cane Safety Awareness Day, where we do a flash mob down at the courthouse, which is just a really cool thing. So we got folks dancing and a choreographed dance and everything like that, and really brings great awareness to individuals with disabilities, and highlights all their abilities and all the great things that they're doing in the community. And then also, like, our office is in charge of any type of ADA grievances that would be filed with Milwaukee County. We would work with like the departments, to see what the grievance was, why it was filed, and then how we can help remedy that situation. All right, just gonna take a quick breather here.
Mike, do you want to go over this? I know you did a little bit earlier. Let me know if I need to.
So I do want to touch on this a little bit too. So in addition to our recreational programs as well as summer camps, we do make our facilities available on the weekends to the general public for private party rentals. So if you were to have like a corporate event or birthday parties, we get a lot of quinceañeras, weddings, and other corporate events and things like that. You can rent our hall spaces from us. We do have like a peak season, which is May through September, and we would charge $110 an hour. And then our non-peak season is $90 an hour. And, the capacity within our hall spaces is 180 people. So it's really great for those larger, events like weddings and things like that. And it's just a great space to utilize for, like I said, corporate events, fairs, and, just other opportunities that you guys might have, to celebrate. So yeah, I listed my contact information here. I can be listed at, or I can be reached at 414, excuse me. I'm sorry, my 12-year-old's trying to help me balance life situation here while after work here. So my phone number, I can be reached at 414-278-3932, as well as our website there. If you do go to that website, that'll take you to our facility rentals page, as well as our recreational opportunities, and then I can be reached via email there.
So I know some of you have utilized the chat feature, but if anyone has questions, we'll take questions. And then I have a few, there's a few other slides on my end that I'd like to go over related to the LGBT lens of things. So. Anyone have questions? And if not, it's okay.
And again, too, I do want to encourage folks, if you guys want to, sign up for the newsletters, and if you have questions and you want to follow up later and you feel more comfortable doing that, I'd be happy to, speak with you on the phone or, return an email as well.
Karen, you want to go ahead?
Sure. This is Karen. Thanks for all that great information. I live in Milwaukee. Didn't know, especially with the Willowway. That's great. My concern, I guess, is with these great opportunities, transportation is such a bear for people with disabilities in Milwaukee. I know it's not your forte, but when you had said if there's any grievances around ADA to contact your office. Right.
So yeah, like I would definitely advise you to reach out to the Milwaukee County, Transit Center, if you're having transit issues and those kinds of things, whether it be like through, they obviously have like First Transit and Transit Plus that provide van rides for individuals with disabilities. But I'm not sure if everybody's aware of this as well, but they do have a great travel training program for individuals where they'll actually come to your house, help you go to wherever you typically would go, like your workplace or, to a family member's house and those kinds of things, and really get you familiar with routes and things like that. So, if you're not familiar with how to utilize the bus and you don't feel comfortable with it, they do have travel trainers that are on staff that'll help you get, from your destination to where you want to go. Another unique thing that they do is they do like these ADA sensitivity trainings with all their bus drivers. So they have individuals come in that provide training to all the bus riders or all the bus drivers within Milwaukee County to work with, individuals that are in wheelchairs as to help how to, properly secure them with their wheelchairs, and, working with individuals that are blind and things like that. So they do like an ADA sensitivity training for all their bus drivers. And in addition, they also do like these like rider securement days. So if you're an individual with like a wheelchair and you're not comfortable, like you don't want to try it on the bus, right, for the first time, they have these days where you can go down to the transit center where they have a bus just parked out front. You can take your time getting on and off the bus, getting from more familiar with it and things like that. So I don't know if I answered your questions necessarily regarding transit, if you had more specific things. But if you want to reach out to me afterwards too, like we have a lot of good contacts over there, whether it be for the paratransit, as well as like the fixed routes as well. So I'd be happy to reach out and help make connections to make sure that transit's a better experience for you. So
Thank you very much.
yeah.
I had a quick question. It's Kevin Turner, Milwaukee LGBT Community Center. Have we ever thought about partnering with some of these bigger companies that have come to our cities, such as like Uber, Lyft, other, if you will, cab companies that could possibly help with the transportation for disability? One reason I'm bringing that up is because we are unfortunately so limited to, transit. Like we just have the bus system, it seems like. But when you go like to larger cities like Chicago and again, I know that's a different city, but just was wondering if the county and the city or even on a state level have ever considered looking into some of those entities like some of the larger cities have done and become very creative with that.
Yeah, I do know that Milwaukee County Transit also does partner with a taxi cab company as well, like you had mentioned, to provide rides to individuals with disabilities as well. So, but I would defer to that you would, speak directly with Milwaukee County Transit because that's not my area of expertise for sure.
Sure. No,
Yeah, I do know they have a taxi cab program.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give Christy another task to do. Don't worry.
Oh, sure.
If I could chime in on that real quickly, I'm sorry, my name is Brad Holtz.
Yes,
I've been
thanks,
in
Brad.
other cities where Uber does have something called Uber Assist, where it comes with a van or a recreational vehicle that's suited for assisting a driver that's trained and willing to assist someone with disabilities, physical disabilities or otherwise. I haven't seen that in Milwaukee yet, but it is in some cities on their websites or on the app. When you go on the type of car to choose, that there's an Uber Assist. So hopefully we'll see that in Milwaukee someday.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I was alluding to because I've seen that as well, Brad. So thank you for seconding that for me.
Yeah.
But as the Milwaukee LGBT Community Center too, I want to find ways we can help support and try to get that word out and probably tap into some of these county and state federal dollars that I know would support these type of programs.
And Kevin, just for me personally and professionally, it's something that I wanted to look into as well. And I can definitely reach out, and it's something that would be on my radar. But a lot of times when I've reached out and asked, folks say it's due to funding. And if you're going to do that, then you would need to find like the vans or whatnot that people could drive to take people. So, but yeah, that's definitely on my radar.
Yeah, I know they always are going to say funding, because that's always been the issue, which is true. I get that, but I know that if we can get our legislators and just different people to start supporting these programs like other cities do, they can find the money. They found money in all these other cities. So I know this could be a different conversation, so I don't mean to take it up. I just want you to know, though, that I think it becomes our responsibility, me here at the LGBT Community Center, to help steer that. And we will definitely support you, Christy, on that as well. But I know it can be done.
Yep.
I was just going to say, Kevin and Brad, I really want to thank you guys for bringing up, issues that you're seeing within the community. I always think it's really important to do that so that, the people that are within public offices can, assist the best that we can. I do want to make you guys aware that, Milwaukee County hosts public meetings where they ask for community feedback. I know for sure Milwaukee County Transit does have what is called, the acronym is TPAC, but it stands for the Transit Plus Advisory Committee. And then I'm not sure exactly when they meet. I could look that information up for you guys. But they do have like a spot towards, like the agenda where you'd be able to have public comments. And I think when you get in front of people like that at those public meetings and you voice your concerns, it really gets heard from a lot of the administrative staff as well as like the other, commissioners that are kind of like overseeing within those offices and those spaces. And that's really how policy gets changed and how good change happens is when you can bring these up at these public meetings.
Yeah, thank you, Michael, I appreciate that. And that'll be great if you can share that with us, because I would
Yep.
love to speak on behalf of that for our community as well. So appreciate it.
Sounds
Then
good.
Karen, I see in the chat that you said about posting Michael's information. Also, it's coming up in the next few slides, and then I will be sending out a PDF version in the next few days of the presentation. So you'll have this information plus some terminology and some other information that you might related to LGBT that you might find helpful. So yep, that's coming.
Thank you
Anyone
very
else
much.
have other questions?
I already stalked Michael online, so I have his email address.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again? Did you want my email?
No, I already got it. I stalked you online, Michael, so I have it.
Oh, perfect. That works for me.
So I'm just gonna go through the takeaways. So Michael talked about what the Office of Persons with Disabilities is, the types of issues and programs that the office offers and what they assist with. And then you mentioned a little bit about the registration process or how to get in contact with you to register for programs. And then Kevin, you kind of bridged us into kind of how the Milwaukee LGBT Center and the Office of Persons with Disabilities can work together. And I'm going to kind of take that one in the next few slides, but feel free to bring up any other questions or conversation that you have while I'm doing so. So like all of us here and folks that we know, each of us has many different layers to our identity. And that's the same for people that are disabled and maybe LGBT or a person of color who's disabled. We come from many communities and some marginalized, so it's important to remember. In my title, I said I was the Aging and Disability Program Coordinator. I oversee the older adult program and the disability program. We have support groups for both these communities, as well as different activities. Mostly right now they're virtual because of COVID and the ever-changing COVID. But I do educational sessions with partners like this one, and also individually on topics for both people with disabilities and older adults. And we also have an advisory committee for our older adult program and many different advocacy areas that people can get involved for both communities. So, we have with Independence First, the LGBT and Disability Support Group, and that meets the second Monday of the month and the fourth Monday of the month virtually. And this group is a group of folks of all ages. Basically right now we have folks that are 18 all the way up to 70. So it's a group of all age group and just background, and we talk about issues that are important, advocacy ways, and basically it's a community where we can feel and kind of talk about things that are important, but also share in some of the struggles, and it's a really good group. And Mike mentioned the handy dandy newsletter, and if you want to know more information, the updated flyer information for that group is in there, but you also can reach out to me and my information will follow. Also, the center is around if you need safety planning or counseling as well. So it's always important that our members feel safe and are in safe situation, and just know that we're here to offer many different support measures. And we want to be there for our community, but also make sure that everyone's safe. I'm going to share some additional resources as well. This is about the Movement Advancement Project. It gives some statistics for LGBT people with disabilities, our center website, and then the Disability Resource Center of Milwaukee County. And then here is my information. My email is ccarter@mkelgbt.org. So, does anyone have any further questions? And like I said, I will be sending this as well as other information related to LGBT terminology and specifics. Another thing that's important that we do at the center for all, whether it be virtual programming or in-person programming, it's important that people feel validated when they come to get services, whether it be support group or a social activity or counseling. So usually we ask where people share their pronouns. And if you're not sure what pronoun people use, the best thing to do is follow their lead. So if they, I mean, not that you would be talking about yourself using pronouns usually, but if they use the she pronoun when talking about themselves, then you follow them. Or if you're like, I'm not sure, I'm not comfortable, I don't know what to do, just call them by their name, because they'll feel more comfortable, and you want to provide affirming services. So, does anyone have any other questions? Thank you, Mike, for providing so much good information.
Yeah, no problem. I want to thank you, Christy, again for having me. And like I said, even if it's something that we don't directly, deal with within Milwaukee County, and you're just looking for, other resources, I've been at the county for 10 years now, so I'd be happy to reach out to my other colleagues within Milwaukee County to make sure we get the answers that you guys need and things like that. So appreciate everyone's time today. I know you guys, everybody's busy. So again, I want to thank you guys for having me, and look forward to working with you guys in the future too.
Sounds great. And I just put the the survey in the chat as well. But I look for a follow-up email coming from me in the next few days. Thanks, everyone.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.